Welcome to Rodis Live. I'm your host, Rodis. Today's episode is called Vines. This episode is all about style and yeah. So, everybody got one of them throwback pictures as a shorty. When people come visit your mama house, your grandma house, it's one of them pictures. Now, now you might have looked cute as ever, sweet as pie, but your gear might have been, outdated, or you might not have been as fresh as you wanted to be for your liking. So I'm gonna get into the evolution of style today in this episode called Vines. All right, so when I was a shorty, you know, I say maybe from 3, 4, 5. My parents they pretty much kept me fresh. I had some nice Easter pictures with one I had on a tan suit, another one I got on like a blue suit with a blue trench, and I got an afro out there. Um, like Ron O'Neal. I think Ron O'Neal might have got his style from me. He probably saw me with my daddy in Harlem, and he uh he admired it. So I'm gonna need a check, Ron. But no, real talk though. Then you got your days and pictures or going to school when you wore your tough skins, garanimals. For those who don't know what tough skins are, shout out to 12 Cal. He might know what tough skins are. They they these pants you wear when you're a little shorty, and it's extra padding in the knee. So if you're a rough kid, an outdoor kid, you had some tough skins, at least a pair of brown ones or a pair of blue ones if you was a shorty coming up. And I also rock garanimals. I think I was wearing garanimals to the 6th grade just because, I was a little guy before I got my growth spurt. And what garanimals were, they were matching pants and shirt. They came together and the clothes they automatically matched. You couldn't mess them up because the outfit went together. You know what I'm saying? And people knew because it was a little tiger or a little bear on the side of your shirt, and the pants said Garanimals. You couldn't miss it. What I often reflect on is my Easter pictures. Easter, everybody want to get fresh. When you're a shorty, you gotta wear what your parents buy you, but in your teen years, your style might have transitioned depending on what area it was. You might have wanted some Pumas. You might have rocked some Jordans. Some at one point Bucks was popular in Chicago. People was rocking Bucks. Now, kids, they want to wear Jordans. They want to wear foam posits and stuff like that, jerseys and everything. When I was coming up, this stuff was unheard of, but style always been a part. So as a shorty, I wore braids. I rocked the afro. I had a big afro and braids. I reflect on my mom braiding my hair while I'm watching Don Cornelius, watching Soul Train. And I always thought like, man, why I gotta have all this hair? Considering that I'm bald now. But it's all good. I like being bald. But at the time, I wasn't feeling them braids because they took long and sometimes they hurt depending on who was braiding your hair. And I was like, man, like, can this shit get cut off? So when I went to the barber shop for the first time, man, it was over with. I ain't want no more braids after that. So style has been a part of my life. My dad, he always was a sharp dresser. My mom dressed nice. My siblings, they dressed nice. And it wasn't no going nowhere with your pants hanging off your ass and shit, your britches down, um, sagging with, dirty drawers and all the things that's taking place now. Sagging, is cool or whatever, but I'm at the age right now, everything I wear requires a belt. Jeans, I need a belt. Slacks, I need a belt. That's just how it is. Now, if some sagging or whatever, some shorts or some joggers or something like that, but I'm not just leaving out of the crib with my pants hanging off my gluteus maximus. I'm not doing that, and plus I'm too old for that. Even in my 20s and 30s, the kid wasn't doing that. So in grammar school, well, high school, like transitioning from 8th grade to high school, Bugle Boy was popular. You know, like I hadn't got my growth spurt. It was starting. I had some Bugle Boy, a couple of pair of Bugle Boy pants. They had nice sweatshirts, decent shirts. I rock Bugle Boy. High school, I also rocked Jabos. Shout out to Jabot, the most comfortable jeans ever. I rock them boys with some Converse. Yeah, the females they'll wear theirs with maybe like some K-Swiss or some treats horns. And Guess, when I dress, it's never nothing less than Guess. I rock the Guess jeans. I used to hoop, so a lot of times I used to want to be comfy, so I wear maybe like some snaps. Snaps are the pants that the NBA players back in the day they just snatched off their pants, they warm up pants, and their shorts was underneath them. So that's what snaps are. And then transitioning into college, I wore used and damaged. So these were the upscale brands at the time. And they played a big part of urban culture during the late 80s to early 90s. Used, damaged. Um, I had a starter jacket. I've been rocking starter jackets since I was a shorty, out of necessity because here in Chicago, for those who don't know, I'm from Chicago, and it's cold. It's so cold. It gets so cold here you could spit and an icicle will hit the ground. So it wasn't nothing about looking cute, but I've been rocking starter since I was a shorty, preferably Pittsburgh Steelers starter. My dad and my parents, that's what they bought me. I'm a big Steelers fan, so that's what I was rocking. I had an Atlanta Hawks satin starter jacket, like from junior to senior year. I wasn't even a Hawks fan, but that's what I picked out because somebody else was buying it. I had the hat too as well, so yeah. What else? Oh wow. Starter jackets, like when I was in college, they were so popular back home in Chicago. I had a Atlanta Falcons pullover starter and actually a Texas Longhorn white starter jacket. That's what everybody was rocking the starters in. Like in Chicago, the gangs, they even had acronyms for the starter jackets. So, for example, the New Orleans Saints was the acronym for Saints is Stones are invincible, niggas to you know steal from. Um, the Raiders, rowdy ass ignorant disciples everywhere robbing somebody. So they infused the style with the gangs, but I ain't never get involved with none of that stuff. But I did actually get robbed for my Atlanta Falcons pullover starter jacket. I think it was like 19 maybe 1992. I was home and I wanted to go get me an Italian beef dipped with peppers. Yeah, that's what I wanted to go get. And at the time, the store in my neighborhood was on 119th in Michigan. And where I'm from, you can't go to that store. But I said, fuck it. I want me Italian beef. I'm going. I don't care. So anyway, I was coming back from the store, and this how popular clothes was. Like people would jack you, you could lose your life. So I was coming back from the store, and I could feel somebody behind me, but every time I looked back, I couldn't see. I couldn't. I never saw nobody. So the closer I got to my house or to the crib, I see these two dudes get out. Now, at this time, you know, I got a little height on me, a little size on me. Um, you're not you're not taking nothing from me unless you got a gun. I'm gonna fight for mine. So speaking of that, the two dudes ran up to me, and one of the guys pulled out a big 44 Magnum, and he put it to my head. Next thing you know, I fainted. I woke up, I ain't had no jacket on, but I was hot. I was heated. And I was upset, but hey, take this jacket. You could always get another jacket, but you can't get another life if you listening to this show, you know. But karma is something else because the next day, um, I was going I was going to I was going to work. No, 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 my fault. I was going somewhere and 95th in Michigan, it's like the terminal. It's all different type of whatever, like. But most importantly, like a lot of the gangsters would be on 95th. And I just happened to see the dude that put the gun up to my head and took my jacket. I walked up behind him and I grabbed him and I told him, man, give me my jacket. He took it off. I got my jacket back. So that's that. But Chicago is a very rough place. So I know I'm a little bit all over the place. So in high school, well, in the 90s, we rocked leather jackets. In 89, my high school year, riding boots was popular. The mock necks with a sweater. It's cold here, so sweaters is a thing. And then, with hip hop, you either rocking a Puma suit, or a Nike windbreaker with the Pumas and the fat laces, or the classic Adidas with the fat laces. That's how we used to dress. But yeah, I used to go to house parties. I was kind of like preppy, like in 7th and 8th grade, because my mom, she used to dress me. She used to dress me to the point, I used to rock the Alex P. Keaton jackets with the suede. You know what I'm saying? Um, it was smooth at the time, but I really didn't like it. But it's all good. But like clothes are important, but in Chicago, either you're a sheep or a wolf, or you using your common sense, because people's getting robbed and killed for some of these name brands like True and Tide One, most importantly, and people was getting jacked for their starter jackets. But man, if you got that thing, take it off. But fast forward to now, Gucci, Coach, and the power of social media, they highlight a lot of these brands. So another thing that was popular in high school was the Eddie Bauer book bag and Eddie Bauer. You know what I'm saying? So, they was popular, but like transitioning to an adult, um, I think I got a lot of style from my dad. Like, one of my go-to spots, like for suits and stuff like that, is K&G, because they got some good deals on suits, and then it's just fun accessorizing. Like, if you got a three-piece suit with the vest, you could walk around with the vest and the tie with your cufflinks, boom. You could put maybe two or three or four shirts with, one suit, and you got multiple outfits like that. I'll be rocking ascots and, the pocket squares and everything. I got a nice shoe game as an adult, but I'm chilling. I'm happily married. But even if you get married or whatever spouse you decide to be with, always keep your style. Always keep a piece of yourself. If you can't be yourself, you can't be nobody. So I want I want to know what was the style and fashion when y'all was growing up? What was popular when you was in high school? What was popular when you was in college or grade school? You know, um, Fashion is everything. That's just like when I was a little shorty, I had the $6 million man lunchbox with the thermos. Man, I took pride in my $6 million man lunchbox. You know what I'm saying? So that would be considered as an accessory as a shorty, even a book bag. But these kids got Heelys and Spider-Man shoes and all of that. That's what's popping. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, Vines, which is about fashion and style. Y'all let me know how y'all like the episode. Episodes drop every Friday, like clockwork. Y'all tap into the Rider Slide podcast. Y'all make sure y'all get some merchandise at riderslivepodcaststore.com. If you want to cash app the kid, you could cash app me at $ RODEST20, or you could get you some podcast merch at riderslivepodcaststore.com. This has been another episode of Riders Live. Peace.